there anything else for bringing us up to date here? Philip, welcome. Do you have anything?
Thank you. I apologize. I'm still working on this morning's PowerPoint presentation, so I was a little bit late this morning, so I apologize. A couple of things wanted to report. Last week I have been very much focused on county finances. On Monday we had both a budget update and the 2011 budget goals and objectives, and then on Wednesday, as you noted, Commissioner, we had a special open public meeting of the county commissioners with the other electeds and department directors to review the information from Monday's presentation and talk about options for potentially preserving some programs and services that otherwise might be on the cutting block. Which brings us to today. But there were a couple of other things I should note from last week. One is continuing to meet with the Jefferson County Sportsmen's Association regarding operation of their shooting range on county property adjacent to where the county transfer station and fire station are. Working with them on two things. One, I think we've already talked about in prior meetings, and that is that they are in the process of seeking a development application out of our community development department to build an additional pistol range within the existing footprint of the gun club. And for that purposes, I think I've mentioned that we're securing outside help to make sure that there's independent staff review to make sure that, since we're the property owner, to make sure there's no question that we're following our own codes. In addition, the Sportsmen's Association is seeking to extend some of the hours of the gun club, both on Sundays starting a little bit earlier and ending a little bit later, and also opening to law enforcement only on Mondays when it's usually closed. So we're discussing, since we are the property owner and want to be a good neighbor with the residents in the area there, discussing with the Sportsmen's Association how to go about making sure that what we're doing is compatible with the neighbors. So as that develops, I'll be able to report more on that to you. In addition, I noted that I was riding the ferry this weekend and saw a headline about some potential delays on the Chetzemoka, and we'll look into that and report on that to you. I believe August 29th was the target date that we received notice from the State Department of Transportation Ferries Division, but we'll look into that and be able to update you next week on that. So I think those were the main things. One other thing is beginning early work at looking whether it may be possible to change the way that the Brennan Motel is currently operated in order to better maximize its potential as a motel, and also to look to tap some of the potentially local community interest in seeing that become more of a vibrant operation there. So talking to OLECAP, which currently operates the motel, about that, they're actually eager to transition that function to somebody else. So we're just beginning to explore what the options are, and ultimately, if we do go down this road, probably we'll be presenting to you some sort of open, competitive process for soliciting proposals to do that if that's something that looks like it bears promise, but we're still in the early stages of discussions on that. So we'll update you on that in future meetings as well. That's about all I have for today. If you can give me about 2 minutes to set up a PowerPoint presentation, I'll be prepared to move on to the next agenda item.
Okay, yeah, I talked to some ferry personnel, and of course they don't know how long it's going to take to resolve the problem with the drivetrain, but pointed out that they will still need their sea trials after that, so it depends on how long the fix takes. Yeah, we could have a delay of several weeks even, so they didn't have any idea themselves how long it would be. And in Ole Cap, running a motel is not part of their mission necessarily. They've been willing to do that, and because they really value providing services down in Britain. But that is a place where if there's a group that really wants to step up and has a good business proposal and take over that would be a great thing to hand off, you know, if a community wants to pick that up. And we certainly don't want to drop the ball on some of these things, you know, or have to cut things without having community have a chance to pick them up and be responsible that way. So appreciate that work. And this will energize that. It's been an interest over the years, but should energize that.
Yeah, they've come to us a few times. Need a business plan, basically. Yeah, make it work. So.
To move us along, I will move the minutes of July 19th.
All right.
I'll second it.
Been moved and seconded to approve the minutes of July 19th.
No scrimmage.
Any further discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Aye. That's that. And so you want a few minutes?